Amy Roloff's house caught fire today. Amy Roloff lost $1.6 million. I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Breaking news from the Roloff family. Amy Roloff, one of the stars of the hit reality show Little People, Big World, is facing a terrifying situation. Reports are coming in that her house has caught fire, and fans around the world are rallying behind her in support. Today, we're talking about a shocking and heartbreaking incident involving one of our favorite TV personalities, Amy Roloff. If you're a fan of Little People, Big World, you know how much Amy's home means to her. It's more than just a house. It's a place of memories, love, and milestones. Sadly, Amy's beloved home recently caught fire, leaving fans stunned and concerned for her safety. In this video, we're breaking down everything we know about the fire, Amy's response, and what this could mean for her moving forward. According to early reports, the fire started late last night. Neighbors noticed smoke coming from Amy's property and immediately called 911. Firefighters arrived within minutes and worked tirelessly to contain the flames. It's still unclear what caused the fire, but authorities are investigating potential causes like an electrical fault or a kitchen mishap. Amy herself hasn't confirmed the details yet, but sources close to the family say she's safe and unharmed. Amy took to social media this morning to thank fans for their concern. In a heartfelt Instagram post, she wrote, "Last night was one of the scariest moments of my life. I'm so grateful to the firefighters who responded so quickly and kept me safe. Your love and support mean the world to me." This message has already garnered thousands of comments from fans, sharing prayers and well wishes. For Amy, this house isn't just a building, it's a symbol of her new chapter. After her divorce from Matt Roloff, she moved into this home to start fresh and build a life of her own. This home represented independence, strength, and resilience. It's heartbreaking to see it damaged like this. The Roloff family has always had a strong connection with their fans, and this situation is no exception. Fans have been flooding social media with messages of support, offering prayers, and even donations to help Amy rebuild. Some fans are even organizing fundraisers to show their love for Amy during this tough time. So, what's next for Amy? While the extent of the damage is still unknown, it's clear that she has an incredible support system. Her fiancé, Chris Marek, has been by her side, and the rest of the Roloff family is rallying around her. Amy has always been a fighter, and we have no doubt that she'll come out of this stronger than ever. Whether it's rebuilding her home or finding a new one, Amy's resilience and positivity will see her through. Now it's time for us to show Amy some love. If you want to send your support, head to her social media pages and leave a kind message. Let's remind her that she's not alone in this. And if you're able, consider donating to local fire relief organizations or first responders who risk their lives every day to keep us safe. This has been a tough time for Amy, but if there's one thing we know about her, it's that she's incredibly strong. Let's continue to keep her in our thoughts and prayers as she navigates this challenging situation. Thank you for watching. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek love story. While filming Little People, Big World, it was a seemingly ordinary summer night. However, Amy Roloff had no idea that this was the night she would meet Chris Marek, the man who would eventually become her fiancé. According to legend, the two met at Vine Go Artist Bar and Studio in Portland, Oregon, during a wine and painting night for singles. After learning about the event, Chris's friend urged him to join him for some fun. He complied, and Chris had a brief opportunity to speak with Amy there. Unfortunately, the two just had a brief moment together while consuming appetizers and beverages because they weren't partnered up throughout the event. The individual with whom I was paired, Bob, was a wonderful and humorous man. It was a fantastic and enjoyable occasion. Amy tells Good Housekeeping, "I met a lot of wonderful people that I still keep in touch with, and everyone had a great time. But I didn't really get to know Chris at this event." For the two, of course, this was just the beginning. A few weeks later, Chris and Amy found themselves together at a pool party. The two engaged in a more lively chat after they recognized one another from the wine and painting session. Chris was shocked to discover how much he knew about Amy's work on the TLC series there. For me, the pool party was just a fun wine event, adds Chris. I'd never even heard of Little People, Big World before meeting Amy. But by the end of the day, Amy had overcome her nervousness and told Chris everything about her life, both on and off camera, including what was happening with her ex-husband, Matt, and her house on Roloff Farms. Amy was hesitant to meet new people, but there was something about Chris that piqued her interest. For some reason, I did keep my eye out for Chris, recalls the 55-year-old Turner Lance personality. He was difficult to read in terms of his thoughts and feelings. Then, without expecting anything to happen, we started talking about motorcycles and taking a ride. They were riding a motorbike together before they even realized it. After that one motorbike ride, they started going out to lunch together, which eventually developed into a serious relationship. Officially, the two were a couple by June 18, 2016. Although they rapidly became friends, Chris found it difficult to enter Amy's world. The 57-year-old was accustomed to living in a small town, where he loved riding motorbikes, being outside, and expanding his real estate company. Dating someone who works in the reality industry was undoubtedly extremely different, Chris remarks. The cameras and people asking questions and getting personal. Some strangers saying nice things, some say very mean things. Watchers of Little People, Big World accused Chris of being a professional actor and a faker when he first appeared on the show. It was easier said than done, even though Amy cautioned Chris to stay away from the critical remarks made online. I couldn't help it, of course. Chris says, "It was really hurtful in the beginning, and part of my business comes from online. Being attacked by so many strangers who didn't know me was something I wasn't used to. That was challenging." Amy realized that her popularity came at a cost to people around her after witnessing her partner get enough negative publicity to hurt his real estate company. I thought, well, since you're not used to that, this is one of the drawbacks of dating someone like me. That is so overwhelming that it might ruin you. I had no doubt that he would leave. Fortunately, Chris remained true to himself and wasn't discouraged. I believe that now the audience has realized that I'm not a paid performer, that I'm real, and that my intentions are noble, he says. Early in their relationship, Amy experienced difficulties of her own, while Chris struggled with an unexpected surge of attention. After her 27-year marriage to her ex-husband ended in May 2016, the matriarch of the Roloff family had ended herself in a surprising position in her life. She was alone since all four of her adult children, Zach, 30, Jeremy, 30, Molly, 26, and Jacob, 23, had started their own lives. Going through a divorce and being an empty nester made me think, whoa, this is not what I had expected, she adds. It felt like two distinct worlds. I was ecstatic for them. That's the logical next step. However, I did experience some withdrawal. I missed spending every day with my children. However, meeting Chris helped her forget about her loneliness, as well as a constructive overhaul of her mentality. Amy reflects on her life after the divorce and states, "Your attitude and what you think about yourself play a huge part of it. Now that I am on the other side, I realize that, while this is different, it is a positive difference." Chris and she had a new relationship that was exhilarating and very organic. Their love eventually deepened and developed into planning for the future. Regarding choosing when to pop the question, Chris remarked, "Well, I can't say that there was a ha-ha moment. It was just an easy, natural progression that worked out well." Chris proposed to Amy with a heart-shaped engagement ring on September 18, 2019, their third anniversary. Amy's life changed irrevocably in an instant. She had just closed on a new home and was confused about what her next phase of life would entail after leaving Roloff Farms. Suddenly, she received some answers. Since Chris and Amy were working on their first home project together in the Little People, Big World finale. Not much has changed. The joyfully engaged couple is currently occupied with creating a room that is all theirs in their soon-to-be shared house. The couple intends to move in together by this summer, despite the continuing coronavirus outbreak. Amy, who has been working on this throughout her relationship with Chris, promises to be more forthright and straightforward with her thoughts when it comes to decorating their house. There will be unexpected situations that arise, but hopefully you have enough communication between you to be able to resolve them and discuss them, Amy explains. I think that's one thing Chris and I do well. The couple is excited to go down the aisle in 2021 and wants to take their time organizing the important day. Amy clarifies, I didn't want to organize a wedding on top of everything else that is going on. I really wanted us to concentrate on the wedding, each other, and who we're going to have there because Chris has never been married before. The couple has barely given the invitations a fleeting thought and is aware that the wedding will take place outside. Nevertheless, despite Karen Chandler's remarks on air that she would not feel comfortable going, Amy and Chris decided to invite Matt and his girlfriend. Amy states, I just want people who are thrilled for us, who are in our lives now, and who we think will be in our lives going forward, to be there. Chris continues, I personally say they're welcome if they want to come. The last thing we want is for Matt and Karen to go just because they feel compelled to. That's not the atmosphere we want if they don't want to come. However, all of Amy's kids will undoubtedly be among the attendees. Even though there was some early hesitancy, the family has grown to appreciate Chris over the past few years. Chris says, her kids are just good people and have always been great about making me feel welcome. I suppose what has changed is that we may now share things that we wouldn't have previously and become more intimate with one another. Amy is thrilled about all of this. Amy admits that she was sometimes self-defeating when she reflects on where she was when she first met Chris. But in the end, she discovered how to embrace the process of beginning anew and find the good in life's most significant shifts. And in the end, doing that just made her happier. It was really challenging for me to go through a divorce, but obstacles must be overcome, and I have done that, Amy adds. I love the journey we're on right now, and it's great to have Chris in my life. Little people, Big World fans are divided when it comes to Amy and Matt Roloff, but most people who watch the show think that they are bad parents. But why? I will explain everything. While there are differing views among Little people, Big World viewers on Amy and Matt Roloff, most concur that they are poor parents. Fans have been seeing the Roloff family develop over the years as their members have grown and changed in a variety of ways throughout their TLC documentary series. Amy and Matt were wed for almost 30 years, but eventually became dissatisfied with their marriage and separated in 2016. The show chronicles their turbulent relationship and their interactions with their children, who grew up watching the series. Some fans believe that Amy and Matt have never been consistently good parents, while others appreciate the decisions they have made for their 4 children, son Jacob Roloff, daughter Molly, and twins Zach and Jeremy. Both Amy and Matt ended up in new relationships following their divorce. Fans are dissatisfied with how Karen Chandler, Matt's partner, has influenced Matt's decisions and relationships and believe that she may be a bit narcissistic. Fans have also taken issue with the family's handling of Roloff Farms, a portion of which Forbes Global Properties says is up for sale. Since their divorce, Matt and Amy have struggled to get along, and fans of Lil People, Big World have observed that they don't always put on a unified front for their children. Despite the fact that their children are adults, fans believe that they should be in agreement on difficult subjects when it comes to parenting. One issue is their incapacity to co-parent. Amy's narcissistic characteristics have been noted by fans, particularly when she fights with family members. In one Instagram post, she ostensibly ignored her daughter-in-law, Tori Roloff, by leaving her out of the group of family members. Additionally, even though she no longer owns a portion of the family business, Amy continues to participate in the Roloff Farm pumpkin season events. Supporters believe that her characteristics hinder her ability to be a good mother. The administration of Roloff Farms has grown increasingly challenging over time. Zach has consistently stated his desire to eventually purchase and run the farm, yet during the previous season, he extended an offer, but Matt declined. The patriarch claimed that the price was too low and that it was an insult to both him and the entire family. Zach, however, believed that Matt ought to place greater importance on maintaining the company inside the Roloff family, as opposed to concentrating on the possible sales earnings. Some observers thought that during the confrontation with Zach, Matt was influenced by Karen. According to that son, he will never again date Matt. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.